Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be reviewing WWE Friday Night Smackdown, 10th of April 2020. We kick off the show with the new Universal Champion, Braun Strowman, making his way to the ring. He says there's an old saying, when opportunity knocks on the door, you answer it. I did more than just answer it, I knocked it off the hinges. I took spear after spear after spear. Goldberg is a legend for a reason. Braun said, I would not stay down, and I became your new Universal Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura then made his way to the ring. Braun said, this should be funny, and asked Nakamura, what does he want? Nakamura said, when opportunity knocks on the door, you better open the door. So he says, knock, knock. Braun doesn't say anything. Nakamura says that Braun was supposed to say, who's there? Nakamura said he heard Braun talking about WrestleMania moments last time we saw you, we beat you. Braun said no one tuned in to SmackDown to hear you talk, so he tells Nakamura to watch out while he gets knocked you down. Nakamura says, Braun, I'm going to remind you of a Japanese proverb, the weak are the meat and the strong eat. Braun tells Nakamura later tonight he's going to get these hands. Cesaro tries to attack Braun from behind, but Braun sends Cesaro straight over to the floor. Nakamura with a round kick leaves the ring. Overall, it wasn't a bad opening segment. Nakamura is entertaining enough. I kind of just wish they'd take him more seriously. I do really like Nakamura. Overall, it was a 7 out of 10. We then go to a WrestleMania repeat. Asuka and Corey Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. By repeat, I meant it was another match between the two pairs, not a WrestleMania replay. So yeah, the Bliss and Cross are defending the belts. Cross makes a tag to Bliss. Cross with the swinging neck breaker for the 3 count. Cross and Bliss retain. Overall, the match was slightly above average. I'm going to give it a 2.75 out of 5. Then Elias is on the balcony. He said he put an end to the degenerate clown Baron Corbin. He's on the same perch where Corbin tried to end his career. He said he's got a song to perform. He sings about how he would like to win Money in the Bank. It was Cole mentions Elias's Instagram concert, and Corey says that he'll be watching paint dry on his wall, and he was too busy to watch any of it. Overall, Elias's song was pretty good actually. One of the best ones I've heard him do in a while. Gonna give it an 8 out of 10. We then have a look at what happened between Dolph Ziggler and Otis. Cole said that Otis was an inspiration for everyone. Corey's like, yeah, nah. Dolph and Sonya Deville come to the ring. They argue with Cole at what they just saw. Tucker apologised for interrupting the meltdown. He has some pictures for Otis to see. It's Otis and Mandy working out with bananas in the picture for some reason. After what you did last week, we have some unfinished business. So we have Dolph Ziggler versus Tucker Knight. Tucker blocks a super kick. Tucker goes into the ring post shoulder first. Dolph was a super kick for the 3 count. Overall, 2.5 out of 5. I guess we're continuing this thing. Fantastic. We then move swiftly on to the dirt sheet with Miz Morrison. Miz says it's hard for citizens around the world, but they're going to bring good news. They retain the tag titles. Morrison retained the titles and was the first person to retain the titles by himself. Miz said that he retained the titles from the couch. Otis got to kiss the girl, but Mandy's mum was watching her daughter kiss Otis. They talked about the Boneyard match. They said they had the same nightmare. We have Universal Champion Braun Strowman, who makes it to most shows. Morrison asked about Firefly Funhouse match, and Miz said John Cena disappeared, and it's finally time that we cannot see John Cena. The Usos then interrupt Miz Morrison's performance. Jimmy says, we're going to let you finish, but Pee Wee Herman has more street cred than Miz Morrison. Miz Morrison wants to know why the Usos could come out and bring such negativity. Why are they here? Because Morrison retained the titles. Jimmy said Miz and Morrison are going to defend the titles together. Miz is like, I'm not medically cleared. Then the New Day makes their way to the stage. Kofi says, you weren't the only team at WrestleMania match. The original match at Mania didn't go as planned. If one member got to compete in Mania, the other gets to participate for those kissable and lickable tag team championships. Miz wants to know what part of not medically cleared don't you understand? Kofi says after conferring with a lot of people next week, it'll be Jey Uso versus The Miz versus Big E in a triple threat match for the titles. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because Miz and Morrison, and the first part was damn good. It was really entertaining. We then go to the Lucha House Party's Lynch Dorado and Grand Metalik versus Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, the Forgotten Sons. Blake with a clotheslining Cutler tags in, hits a curb stomp and a reverse DDT combination for the 3 count. They get a win on Smackdown. I guess they're debuting, I guess. Good job. 2.5 out of 5. I mean, you went against the Lucha House Party, I'm sorry. Then Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss are in the back. Nikki says she feels unbeatable. Dana Brooke and Carmella show up and challenge for the titles. And then Nikki says, yeah, let's do it. Challenge accepted. Fantastic. 4 out of 10. Just because Dana Brooke was featured. Then we go to Bayley in the ring with Sasha Banks. They talk about being the role model. And you all thought I was going to lose the title and we would ruin our friendship. I have 2 words for you. Screw you. Sasha said, those ignorant sheep understand them. Tamina then interrupts. They all act nicey nice to Tamina. Then Sasha starts going off when she says, I want a one-on-one match for the title because you never beat me. Everybody pinned me. And technically every woman in the match beat you, Tamina. Bayley says she's a role model. Should be fair. You can have a match if you beat Sasha Banks. Tamina accepts the challenge and says, Sasha, your bestie just screwed you. Are they starting to build the split between them, I hope? Going to give that a 6 out of 10. It was effective in what it needed to do, but overall it wasn't that entertaining. We then had Sheamus versus Cal Bloom. A couple of moves and a bro kick. No rating. Sheamus got a win. Fantastic. We then swiftly move on to Jeff Hardy, part 1, looking at his career with The Rise. We see Trampoline Wrestling Federation, loads of his early stuff before he got to WWE. Edge said, Jeff was the guy pushing the gas. It was crazy fun, but you weren't scared. There's something wrong. Important to wrestle each match like it's your last. Jeff said it was a dream that he felt he was never going to stop. 10 out of 10. It was a great video package on Jeff Hardy. I never truly saw the roots of him stuff. I've never seen much of that, so it was really cool. We then go to our main event of the evening. Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Strowman with the running power slam for the 3 count. 2.75 out of 5. Overall, it wasn't a terrible match. The right person picked up the victory. But then we go to the Firefly Funhouse. Bray welcomes everyone. He says he has to rewrite history because it's written on the board of history Johnson. Then he makes it bigger. We take a look at the footage. Bray said John was right. You really can't see him. Bray tells Braun he's so happy for him. He said that was a long time ago. He is sure that Braun learned his lesson. He brought Braun from the swamp and gave him home. You turned your back on your family and your creator. Bray said, I can forgive you. Bray is told by all the other puppets, apart from Rambling Rabbit, that you cannot forgive him. Bray says he doesn't want to forgive him, but he will if you say sorry. Braun says, I'm not playing these games. Bray says, you've been busy getting these hands instead of learning manners. Your next lesson will be about sharing. You have something I want back. It's on your shoulder. As one circle closes, another begins again. I brought you into this world and I will take you out. Braun tells Bray, wait, before you go, anytime you want, I'm ready to let you in. End of show. 10 out of 10. It was really good. I'm actually looking forward to this match. It should be a really, really good match. Braun versus Bray would be interesting. That I cannot wait for. Maybe Money in the Bank. Who knows? But yeah, that was SmackDown. Overall, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was fairly average. Yeah, that's the nicest I can do, and that's being charitable, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, an average SmackDown. Now, as always, if you have enjoyed this review, please smash that like button, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you all later. Bye.